And this is where I'm going to jump in and tell you my off-the-wall crazy theory.
Damn. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Theory Time with Pleeka. I'm Jerome.
I'm Nick.
And today we got 6 crazy theories coming at you.
We do?
Yeah.
Crazy theories?
I mean, they're coming out of our mouths. So.
Oh, okay.
I mean, they're not normal theories.
Like Charlotte Hale is really Dolores' horse?
That's such a fucking stupid theory.
Did you see it?
No, I just heard it come out of your mouth, so I just took your word for it.
Oh, okay.
That's the dumbest theory I've ever heard in my life. I can't believe someone took the time out of their day to write a Reddit post or whatever to be serious and think Charlotte Hale is Dolores' horse.
I was looking for theories today. I wanted something different than Charlotte Hale.
Yeah, no, everybody is talking about Dolores being Charlotte Hale. I get it, but come on.
Well, one guy it was like 12 minutes old at the time. He's like, hey, has anyone thought that Charlotte Hale might be Dolores?
I saw one like that, and then someone responded to it being like, yeah, you're only the 6 millionth person to comment that.
That was pretty funny. I was like,
I'm glad we put our video out like 5 days ago talking about it when it was fresh. Yeah, but go check out Random Ramblings. We do recaps of the entire episode. We record it Monday night. It comes out Tuesday morning. Depending on how the world's internet wants to be.
What are we going to do when Westworld's over?
Cry.
Oh, okay. I doubt it.
We'll start rewatching Barry. I saw HBO is giving certain HBO shows away free for people to stream since everyone's home. It's like Barry, Sopranos, Silicon Valley, and I think Game of Thrones.
Oh, really?
It's only a couple shows. It's not everything. But I was like, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So you went first last time, I believe. So I'm gonna go first this time.
Okay.
This one, I'm like, it'd be cool, but I kind of don't think it's gonna happen. We kind of discussed this in Random Ramblings, but is that Sirach is, or he? Oh my god! Every time I practice this name off the camera, I look in the mirror and I'm like, Rehoboam. I think it's Rehoboam. Whatever.
There's no
Sirach is Schmitty the robot. Rehoboam.
Like he's like the Avatar.
Like when people are seeing it, he's like the physical, like where everyone's like putting it out to people, and he's just it, which I kind of like that. That'd be kind of cool, but at the same time, it's kind of weird. And I don't know how I'd feel when you get to the end and you're like, oh my god, he's actually not a person. He's just like Cortana.
Well, I mean, I've heard that too. So because he was technically, we don't know if he was in a simulation. First one.
And people are saying this too, which this is what I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense too, because he's the richest man in the world, but there's nothing about him at all on the internet. They can't find a trace of him, anything. Which this is a big like stereotype in movies and shows when the richest guy in the world, who's the bad guy, scrubbed the internet of himself. So people are like, that's too cliche for Westworld, so he must be the machine. Which kind of get, but at the same time, it's still kind of weird.
Well. And then the other thing is that he was a hologram in the third episode.
Yeah, and then when Maeve met him, she was leaving a simulation. So what's to say she didn't just go to Rehoboam, Schmitty?
The argument against it is that, what's the boyfriend's name?
Liam Dempsey Jr. His dad was partners with him. Which people are also saying
and people have named him as. So
yeah, I've also seen that the dad was partners with him. And he died somehow mysteriously, and they kept it a secret. And the dad modeled inside their Sirach to be like what it looked like.
Yeah. Now, so the dad, who's no longer with us,
rest in peace, Liam Dempsey Sr.
Yeah. So he created a thing with Sirach.
Yeah, sketched it out over a weekend.
But it wasn't. Oh my god, now you got me fucking up.
I think it's Rehoboam. Yeah, it is. Rehoboam.
That doesn't sound right.
It's probably not.
So, but it's the second version.
It's the second version? What? Where are you getting that from?
I don't remember.
Hold on. This is how we find out right now. This is how my computer says it.
Rehoboam.
I'm not saying it like that either.
For now on, I'm calling him.
I hadn't even thought about it in a week, and then you.
I was literally on my couch looking up theories, going, Rehoboam. I have to do this with my finger for some reason for it to work. I think I know that might be a speech thing.
You think?
I was in speech class. People that don't know. Rehoboam. I think that's it. I think therefore.
That wasn't bad. That last one.
Rohiboam.
Anyways,
I'll forget by the next podcast.
yeah, there was something that they created a system, and then with Insight, and then I forget. Oh, because I think it's in the video, the Insight video on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't remember, but I thought this was the second system that they built, and so they were.
This is the first I'm hearing of this.
Maybe I made it up. No, I didn't. I did hear it somewhere, but basically, everything that I've heard is that they're saying that Sirach is like the avatar of the system,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe he was put in the first system, and then it would just travel to the second system or whatever.
So it's kind of like is when there's Jarvis, and then Iron Man Jr.
He did.
Robert Downey Jr. makes Ultron, and like he like can transfer between bodies, and like
Yeah. So
and
I
he like
don't-
an AI scan the world.
I think it's a real person. I think it might be something where.
I saw a bunch of people being like, "Is you William's son?"
And they just never talk about him.
Yeah,
That would be
They
annoying.
only Emily's like, "Remember my brother Sirach?" And he's
That-
like, "Who?"
That would be as dumb as making like, I don't know, 8 or 9 movies and fucking talking about family the whole time, and then in the last movie you're like, oh hey, here's my brother.
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Gee, I wonder what franchise you could be talking about. Maybe one that you want to do videos on coming soon.
Really?
I live life in the fast lane.
So it's kind of like a Wizard of Oz kind of thing to me.
Oh, I can kind of see that. He's the main man behind the curtain.
Yeah, I think it's just a person trying to dominate the world.
That's what I kind of think too. Except I think like less evilly, like than he appears. It's kind of just like each side they're standing. Dolores, they think he's controlling people, and he just wants what's better. Like he believes he's helping people, but really he is doing harm.
I'm always on Dolores' side.
I wasn't last year, but I am now.
Oh no, like when she's killing people, I was like, yeah, go for it.
Yeah, but you're kind of a nutbag, to be honest.
A nutbag?
In every single movie I've ever watched or TV show, there's a police officer and they're chasing a guy. You go, why didn't you just fucking shoot him? I would have shot the guy.
That's not true.
Even L.A. Noire, you've lost missions because you go, "Phew." I can't do that.
They didn't listen to me. It wasn't my fault.
Whatever. Do you have a theory?
Protect and serve.
Protect and serve you.
My first one's not a theory. So, but it
Wait,
kind of.
this is theory time on Pleeka. You can't talk about anything
Well,
else.
it's a kind of a theory. So this morning, I heard about the YouTube video on Insight. It's like a commercial for Insight on YouTube. Have you seen it?
Yeah, I watched it. I believe I put it in one of our podcasts.
Oh, really? 'Cause I didn't
Yeah,
watch it.
I believe our very first episode that we did on Westworld. But whatever.
So I clicked on it and I watched it. And
Yeah, isn't it?
It's very.
It's Liam
generic.
Dempsey Sr. like walking downstairs and
Yeah.
talking about
I
Insight.
kind of wondered if he's going to be in the show.
I don't think so.
Like he's in. Yeah, who knows? You don't think they're gonna have a flashback with
Nah.
Senior putting a little screw in the fucking spear?
No.
Okay. So, anyways, then at the end it says, "Visit us at insightinc.com."
Yeah.
And I was like, "All right, I will." So if you click on it, it's Rehoboam,
Or
and
Heboam.
anyways, and it's a circle, and it gives you like right now the moon's out at 74 degrees here.
Is that true though? Like, is it actual weather like here?
Yeah, because it's
So where Heboam knows our weather?
yeah.
That's kind of scary.
It might just be going off our phones. Probably would be an easier way to look at it.
I think he knows everything about
But
us.
yeah, because it was 80 when I looked earlier, and it was hot today. So it's got transportation as one thing here, pharmacology, easy for me to say.
Like our from Robert?
Virtual assistant and technology. I clicked on psychopharmacology because I wanted to say it 3 times. What the fuck is wrong with me? But I clicked on it.
Right?
So and it shows you like the drugs they took and how you can feel however you want to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, that's kind of
So
interesting.
if you were in that situation, how would you want to feel?
Drunk.
Could you? However you want to feel. So if you wanted to feel like a dirty whore, like you could just take like a drug and feel like what it's like to be a prostitute, but not have to go out prostitute yourself.
I could.
I
no,
could?
because you're already a dirty whore.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So the third one, virtual assistant, I clicked on, which I'm doing now, and it says reality has never been more convenient. So it says find a new way to connect to the world. Insight OS offers solutions for most products and platforms, which means your virtual assistant goes where you go in style. And so basically, like you can wear a headset, but it's like in your ear or whatever, But then the part that got...
Where else would the headset be?
No, I mean, it's not like a headset, but it's just like a thing in your ear.
Oh, okay.
And then it says designer glasses, sunglasses, contact lenses.
Oh, I want some Insight contact lenses.
Well, who's worn designer glasses, sunglasses, and contact lenses?
Dolores. And
Charlotte.
Hale.
But, so what I was thinking was, so what they're using is insight.
Mm-hmm.
So I think Dolores has some insight on insight.
I mean, yeah, obviously, because she connected to it and, like, did Caleb stuff, but, like...
But I think, I think she's giving on, I think she's holding some stuff back. I think she knows more than what she's, like, letting on. So far.
yeah, for sure.
Okay, so you agree with me.
Yeah.
Because I think, well, it's just like how it...
Because, I mean, she knew exactly who Sirach was. Like, when she got the info that he's coming after her, she goes, oh, good, the guy we're after is coming after us. Like, she knows about him. No one else is supposed to know about him. Delos knows about him because he's buying stock.
So if no one else knows about him, but she does know about him, doesn't that make him real?
I don't know.
I mean, you know what I mean?
I mean, it could be, he could be real with that, or it could be him leaving traces because he's Rahimom and knows about, like, what she's going to do. See, what really confused me about, like, Can't Track Hosts is he clearly says in this episode, I warned you guys about what happened at the park. So he knew that the robots were going to... He knew all the robots that were going to take over, but he can't tell what they're going to do in the real world. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Maybe he knew what Ford was going to do.
I have a theory about Ford, too, on here.
Oh, really?
And him.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So you weren't at all amused with my little thing.
Well, no, it's cool that they have it on there, but I thought that was already clear that she knew about him and all that.
Well, it's not that she knows about him. I just think, like, the virtual assistant, she has that. She's fucking, she's doing all that.
That was when you did say that, I was like, oh, so she's using an insight guy in her ear. I thought it was just another host at home being the guy in the chair. Or like something.
Like that dude in shorts on NCIS?
I was thinking more of like Ned from Spider-Man Far From Home. My next one I got here, we've discussed this a bunch.
Wow. At least I'm not the only one that can't talk.
We've discussed this a bunch, but I figured we have to put it in here, is the Wyatt/Dolores split into Charlotte Hill.
Okay.
What's your opinions on that? It does seem very likely. I watched this Variety interview with Evan Rachel Wood, and she said that the reveal of all the hosts are like, they're so obvious, but you never get there yourself. So once you get there, you go, "Oh my god, that makes so much sense," and you never get there. And hearing this makes a lot of sense. It's like, especially like she was already in Charlotte Hill, so then she leaves and then just puts Wyatt into like a Dolores. Or the only part of this that's weird is that she had to make a new Charlotte Hill. I don't understand why, unless there's multiple timelines. And we haven't seen the original Charlotte Hill get destroyed in something yet.
Oh, that's true. I didn't think about that.
And then that's why she had to make a new one. But and if it's Wyatt and Dolores and all that, she can easily probably just bloop, bloop, put me back in there or whatever.
I don't know if I think it's Wyatt. So Wyatt would be the one with the one talking to Caleb.
Most people think that Dolores is in Hill, which the way they're saying is Dolores is the nice little girl with the blue dress,
the one that,
and then Wyatt is kind of her from season 2, but now she's kind of mellowed out since she got out of the park. So then now Dolores, the innocent sweetheart, is inside Hale, and it's a bit confused.
Yeah, I could see that. I'm leaning towards it not being Wyatt and Dolores. I just think it's some kind of...
I don't know who's in who or where they did it, or if it is just like Wyatt and Dolores are in both, and she split herself and kind of made like... What made sense to me, though, if she did split it, is that now it's like she has a sister or brother or whatever she wants to call it.
A daughter.
Yeah, something like that, and like now it's a new family member that's actually actual family because it's part of her.
Although she did say that they didn't have a father or a mother.
That's true. So it's like she made her own
And
brother.
the next episode has mother in the title.
Yeah, it's Mother of Exile, which I took a screenshot, and my phone's charging back there, but they put out the names of the last couple episodes.
Oh, really?
And the very last episode, and even the length, they're all kind of normal. And the last one's an hour and 16 minutes, and it's called Crisis Theory. But isn't that about like economies crashing and all that shit, which I'm assuming would happen if you take down the big robot that's like controlling everything?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So,
There'll be fucking green lights everywhere, people run into each other.
Yeah. But, so I thought that was kind of interesting. I like the idea of her being into it, but at the same time as like when we found out William's the Man in Black, and the more as the episodes went on, it did make the show a little less fun because we're like, just tell us, because it seems pretty obvious. This seems like, god damn it, I hope this isn't true, so we can keep, like, I hope something happens next episode where like, oh, that's totally not Wyatt or Dolores.
I don't think it will though, because it's unless they tell us specifically who it is.
Mhm.
I don't think that
Yeah, it's just like how we said we'll never know the Man in Black is a host last season
until
we see that he's a host, because everyone's saying the whole
Right.
season he was.
I'm leaning towards okay. If someone stuck a gun in my head, okay, there's 2 Doloreses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think one's Wyatt, one's Dolores.
There's even a clip of Evan Rachel Wood 2 years ago in an interview saying, like right at the end of season 2, I believe, saying she's always thought there's going to be leading to 2 Doloreses.
I had a weird feeling that there were going to be 2 Doloreses in some form or another. I've had this theory since season 1.
And I don't consider if she's Wyatt and one and I mean, it's kind of splitting hairs.
Well, I mean, it's the same thing because we all called it when she was Wyatt and Dolores before. We just called it Dolores both times.
Yeah, she's just like evil.
Yeah. So.
But I think that right now, I think it's Dolores in both of them, but I don't want it to be. I want it to be someone else.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know who else it would be.
It doesn't make sense.
That would
for
make
anyone
sense,
else.
and for it to be cool, I have no idea. No one else makes any. No one else gets me happy. Like this is like, oh, that's cool. I would have rather been revealed from them instead
Who
of.
would make you happy?
If it's Logan inside of her.
I saw that today.
Yeah, it's not.
And I almost
not possible.
I almost wrote it down
Mm-hmm.
just to give you a boner while we did this.
Oh, let's be honest. I always have a boner when we're talking about Westworld.
Okay, a double boner because I don't know. But yeah, I mean, it's not like I'm gonna be heartbroken if I'm Wyatt and that's Dolores. But it feels like it's almost like a baby Dolores, like you said,
Yeah.
because she's like
Yeah, like that's what I said.
Timid
I said
and-
on Brandon Bramley's. It's like she just because she said she built Bernard off of memories from Arnold, and she remembered him again and built Bernard again. Like she remembered herself and just built herself, but before all this shit went down, and then put that into Hale.
I did read something, so but it didn't make sense to me. So remember how Charlotte's trying to like get out of her skin, basically, or
Yeah.
Dolores, or
She's
whoever the fuck she is.
She's a crackhead picking at her skin.
Now I remember who else. It was fucking James Delos.
Oh yeah.
When he
that's
went
how-
crazy.
That's what a lot of people said. It's clearly Hale inside there because, or like William or something, because like that he harmed himself like that.
But the only problem with that is like when she brings Hale online, she's like, why did you bring him? And then she says, she goes, she said, they tried to kill us. Now, unless there's 2
Yeah.
timelines. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to read we're done with that theory, right?
Yeah, I mean, we discussed this a bunch.
I'll read my second theory, my third theory second, because it kind of leads into that. So 2 worlds, one simulated inside
Rehoboam.
That's not really a stretch. A lot of people have said that. There's like
Yeah.
the Caleb world and the simulation world. I don't really think that there's going to be a simulation world because that's the whole point of a simulation is you don't need a world. Do you know what I mean?
No, I don't think that's true.
Well, like, the computer can just simulate it, and it's like...
But people still exist, so there will be 2. You know what I mean? It's not like the people aren't going to exist because there's a simulation.
No, but they're just... you can just simulate.
Yeah, I think the simulation is just what... Because this is a theory I can get behind with the simulation stuff, is that if there is any fake scenes that are revealed to be a simulation, it's just what Rehoboam thought was going to happen, and we're seeing those.
Yeah.
And then eventually we see what actually happened and it was wrong or something. There's like the difference. People have already said, which I meant to watch both and I didn't before this.
Are you going to talk about the 2 Charlotte Hale videos?
Is that what you're leading into?
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead.
There's 2 Charlotte Hale videos.
Yeah, did you go back and watch those? Because I didn't. I meant to.
I listened to them.
Oh, okay. How is it just... I thought it was just extended. Is it actually different?
It is different. I thought it was just extended too. Like, now she's listening to the whole thing.
Yeah, everybody says the first one is what it thought was going to happen, and the second one's the real. I don't know how they would know that, but
They don't.
that's just what I saw on Reddit.
Yeah, the first one, I'm trying to remember. The second...
I know you said you listened to it, but did you have it on HBO Go? Like, could you see it at all?
No.
Is it visually different at all, too?
No, I just listened to it. They played it on the podcast that I listened to.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I pictured it in my head, and it was... At first, I was like, well, this is just longer. Like, they just cut it. And then when you hear it, it's more... The second one is, like, more sincere or whatever.
Should I play it real quick?
You can if you want to.
Because I'm kind of... I'll kind of want... It's hard for me to discuss it if I don't know what's going on in it. But I found that interesting because we have had no evidence that there's another universe or like simulation going on, you know.
Right.
But so I found that was it before the cold open or was it after the cold open that happened?
I think it was the cold open.
Sorry, you can't see it. I'm not gonna record this, put it on the screen. So in this one, she's just crawling over the bodies.
I didn't realize she grabbed a house the first time.
Oh, you didn't? All right, so I'm watching.
Recording timestamp. This is Charlotte Elizabeth Hale. This is a message for Nathan.
Okay. Boom. Boom, boom.
Do they play it 3 times, maybe?
Oh, I thought they only did it twice. Like she goes to pick up her son and is playing it. The guy walks in and goes, "Hey, you got guy, send you a message. Hey, go pick up your son." All right, I think I'm getting to it. Oh, it's right here.
Recording timestamp. This is Charlotte Elizabeth Hale. This is a message for Nathan.
It's definitely more breathing. I feel like.
Hale. My son. I love you.
I don't know how you could tell how different it is because you just hear that.
The night that I left,
Oh, she does play it 3 times. Yeah.
you wanted me to sing you a song. I tuck you in to sing you our song. So I'm gonna sing it to you now. Okay? You are my sunshine.
My only sunshine.
You make me happy.
Nice. The guy interrupts here.
Sorry to bother you.
Yeah, really, dick.
So I don't know how you could tell from that. She is breathing a little heavier. It seems like. Here, I'm gonna go back to that first one real quick and hear that.
Are you sure? You sure there's not?
No, there is a third one. You were right completely.
Okay.
Remember, she goes to listen to it again. You hear like the whole fucking song. You get to hear her sing so much.
I think that's the one.
So I just want to hear how much she breathes again at the beginning.
Bring yourself back online. Recording timestamp. This is Charlotte Elizabeth Hale. This is a message for Nathan.
It sounds similar, but there is a little difference. I feel like.
Yeah.
I can't believe people caught that. All right, so here's her in her office watching it.
This is Charlotte Elizabeth Hale. This is a message for Nathan. Nathan Hale. My son. I haven't always been there for you.
Oh, see, there's a little bit more on each one.
There's so many things I need to say.
See, I just thought this was the longer one, but I was confused why she didn't hear this before. And like, why would Rehoboam imagine her, hey, go get this? But then she did pick up her son. So it makes, I don't understand why it's like that.
Sorry.
I did actually notice that in the episode. I was like, well, that's weird that was, because that was another part before they cut that out for some reason.
You are the most important thing.
See, like she doesn't.
Build a life.
Yeah, there's a lot before she starts singing here. Maybe she fast forwarded and we just didn't notice in that first one. She's like, I talk too much.
I mean, it could be like the guys on the beach.
Yeah, in season 2 and all that shit's happening, but
Yeah.
it's just for nothing. Yeah, that is weird. So there is multiple. It is longer.
But she never sang there, right? Did she? Or did she stop
She
it?
was about to, so I cut it off.
Okay.
But
But she said different words.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I don't understand why Rehoboam would.
I think
Do
what
that?
you just said. You literally just said it before we watched the videos. You said,
Him imagine that's what's gonna happen.
yeah, that's what's going to happen, and that's what happened. But it's just a little different.
But like she did, but she left that meeting and went and picked up her son. So when did it stop being hit? You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah, no, I get that's
yeah.
just really confusing for me to think about. Like, cause like I get that that's something to do, but all those scenes like this one right now, she's listening to this and then she goes and meets the Rock.
But think of it this way too. So okay, so there's 2 different things, right?
Mhm.
Dolores was in Charlotte Hale when she left Westworld.
Yeah.
They show her make a Charlotte Hale. I mean, it seems like there's 2 Charlotte Hales, but I don't know if one's. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm. This is just hurting my brain. I don't know what's going on anymore. I'll tell you my last there. This one I thought was kind of fun.
Okay.
Rehoboam killed Logan and the Man in Black's wife.
Oh, damn.
and used all that to control him and put him in place and like take over Delos. So as he thought, like he went to the park with him and all that stuff and began like the Rehoboam planned all that, just like knew that Caleb's mom was gonna leave him and all this stuff, kind of like that. Which I was like, oh, that's kind of neat. I don't know how they would reveal that to us. What would be like,
right?
And people are saying maybe he was like running to the park to get away and like plan there to get away from Rehoboam. I don't know. But the part that I found interesting about all this is that Ford knew about Rehoboam and Sirach, and that's why he's made the Valiant Delights of Violent Ends and woke them all up, because Arnold's plan and all that stuff was to get Dolores and all them out of the park, and Maeve, he had certain plans for all of them, so that way they'd stop Rehoboam. And that's Ford's big plan, was to stop Rehoboam, because clearly he lived in the world where that exists. This has been around for a while.
Right.
So his plan, he's like, this is getting too bad. They're controlling Aaron Paul. You can't do that.
Wow.
Go stop it. Which I was like, that's actually a pretty fun theory.
I mean, didn't Bryan Cranston control Aaron Paul?
Yeah, he's like, come on, give the guy a break.
Not 2 shows where he can be controlled by someone.
Yeah, come on.
I gotcha.
Don't typecast him. But I thought that's a pretty fun. The Man in Black one's kind of interesting part of that. Like, I don't know. That would be kind of cool if they did plan his whole life, because the evidence was like in season 2. I don't remember what part, but he's like, no machine's gonna control me. I make my own decisions.
I mean, hey, that was the whole season 2.
Yeah. So that people are like, oh, Rehoboam's controlling him.
This game's not for you, Robert.
This game's for Robert.
I don't buy that it killed his wife and
I don't buy
Logan,
that. I don't buy that either, because we've seen. I mean, we didn't see Logan die. He overdosed and all that. Which maybe Rehoboam was supplying him heroin. Who knows?
Maybe he's
Sirach was his drug dealer.
Maybe Logan made his own company and he's Sirach.
Called Lelos. Logan's Delos.
Wow. If Ford did all this to come back and like go,
Mm-hmm.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, I did see though, but I don't know why no one's mentioned this. Lisa Joy and Jonathan Nolan apparently in this interview said that Ford is gone once Bernard deleted him from his code. Which I know he came back in Bernard's mind, but I think that's where I was saying that he's not come back for a 3rd season, 4th season.
Yeah, I mean, it's Anthony Hopkins. He doesn't want to be.
I feel like he'll make in the last season of the show, he'll be back in some way or another. I think they all will be. Like, if William's not in this season, he'll be back in the last or whatever.
Like a reunion.
Yeah, go down memory lane.
Get the gang back together again.
One last time. But yeah, those are all my theories. I thought that last one was kind of fun. I think it'd be pretty cool if his master plan was to destroy Rehoboam.
I don't think there's a fucking chance in hell.
No, I don't either.
But yeah,
it's kind of a cool
it's
one.
Interesting. Yeah.
So you have one more?
Yeah, I just I don't remember what I wrote down. So the thing remember how we had the big theory that none of the balls were red, and then this episode.
Yeah, what the fuck? I proved last week that they weren't red. I saw everybody now all of a sudden pointing out, hey, there's a red ball on the table, but there wasn't one in the bag. Well, all you fuckers were saying there's one in the bag all last season and leading up to this season.
So what if red means there's someone in it, and gray means it's just empty?
Well, that can't be the case, though, because Bernard had a gray ball and all that, which is the reason why the forge was bad for him and all that. Like, all the other hosts had gray balls.
Yeah, but maybe like in Westworld, but once you take it out of Westworld, it's like a blank slate almost.
Well, no, because I don't think that's the case, because she said, without the Delos hosts and these couple that I stole, there's no more robots.
Yeah, but so I guess what I'm saying is maybe she's starting over.
I don't think Dolores is capable of making new hosts. Making new host balls. I think only people that have already existed that Delos made and all that she can put into those balls.
I don't think so either.
But
she already has 5 of them, so she doesn't need to make more.
Well, but what you're saying is those are empty shells with those great balls. So,
yeah, kind of. I mean, I don't know if I believe it or not.
So what would be the point of having empty shells if she can't put new people in it?
No, I think maybe she could put people in it or like a version of people. Kind of like how she's teaching Hale to do stuff.
But she'd have to be in the park to get the people or whatever like that.
What do you mean?
Like I don't think she's capable of creating
I think you
an AI in the ball. I don't think she has the technology or the whatever they had to do it. So I don't think that's possible.
Maybe not.
Because I think if she could, she'd be like, well, why do I need to secretly go after Rehoboam? I can just make 7 bazillion people right here, and then we'll just destroy the city.
No, she could only make 5.
If she can create an AI to go inside a little gray ball, she could probably put together a little metal thing to host it.
I don't know how that shit works. You don't know how that shit works.
I don't-
Maybe that's what you need to start it. Do you know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I don't buy that at all. I don't think because then it'd be like who cares? She's making new people.
I don't
For-
really
for-
care if you buy it.
For a reveal though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't think that would be the case. I think it would have. It is going to be old characters from season 1 and 2.
The part for me is we don't know who's in Charlotte Hale. And we don't know who's in Martin.
Something like that.
He hasn't had a big part in the last 2 episodes. I forgot his name already.
Mm-hmm.
But so you're it's absolutely 100% someone that we've seen before.
I think that's the only way for it to be
I
important.
mean, I'm cool with that.
Mhm. I don't think it'd be anybody new
Okay.
like that.
Do you think we'll ever see those people?
Like the actual actors.
Yeah.
Maybe in like a flashbacky thing for a reveal, or unless she makes their bodies again for them.
Apparently, she's making bodies left and right.
Yeah.
She just can't make balls.
Well, I feel like that's a little easier. Just put a little. Cause
yeah.
they had
I
the.
made some earlier.
They have the Ford put the machine in Bernard's house. I'm sure she.
yeah.
Before she brought Bernard back, she's like, I'm gonna learn all about this and put one in my house. But yeah, I don't think we will. Like for some, like if Teddy wasn't Hale, I bet you I can't think of his name, but the actor's not gonna be in the show. I don't think he is, but that's just an example.
Oh, I got you.
Or like if it's Clementine, she's not gonna be in the show. It'd just be like it'd just say,
I think
you hear Maeve be like, Clementine.
Oh, see, I think if say Clementine's in Martin,
Mm-hmm.
I think
Eventually they'll make a Clementine body.
either that or they'll be like, she'll like, oh, remember that time I was sucking that dick in the friggin'...
Well, no, yeah, but
they'll show it. There'll be a
they'll
new
show her?
scene and she'll be in it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's
They'll create a new flashback to have the actor back.
Yeah, you can't just show a fucking scene from season 2. That's lame.
I won't put it past. Remember they had the computer screen in season 2 when Man in Black left his card for his wife, and we got to see a bunch of scenes from season 1 with William. That's all I got there. Anything else from you?
No, that's all I had.
After this last episode, I was like, yeah, there's gonna be no theories, and there wasn't really. All there was online was
It's all simulation in Charlotte Hale.
yeah. So I can't wait till those are done. That's why I think this Man in Black one. Hopefully we get a couple.
There'll be a
bunch of
fucking
answers
shit
from this.
ton.
I'm hoping we get something different than who's in Hale, because I'm kind of over.
Now we'll
who's
be
in
like,
Hale.
is he a host or is he...
Yeah,
getting someone-
that's what I'm interested on. Are we going to see the human him, or are we going to see the one of him being tested over and over again? That's what I'm really interested in.
Yeah, I know on the next one it looks a lot like James Dallas's like place when he goes crazy, like because he's like walking and like on glass, like he's fucking.
Oh,
Bruce
see,
Willis and
it's
shit.
his house, so I just assumed he's upset because he's like waking up after the thing and destroying his place.
Probably,
but it could also be a James Delos-ish room that's designed after his house to make him think he's there.
Well, I think that's what they wanted us to think. So it probably could
Because
very well just be his house. and
There's
he's
footage
pissed.
of him being tested on, anyways, too. Like there's one of him in a white room with like a chair with stuff strapped to him. There's one of them turning on that chip that they turned on for Aaron Paul.
Oh, really?
There's a bunch of stuff like that, and then there's also
I didn't see that. That was in the next one.
I don't know if it's in the next one, but it's in all the other trailers.
Oh, okay.
And then there's him in the destroyed house, and I think that's all we see of him is those three settings.
I just don't remember him like walking on glass with bare feet.
Yeah, I actually thought because his apparently Ed Harris has really tiny toes. When he was walking there, it totally looked like his toes are missing. It's like, did he like cut his toes off or something? But he just has really because he's like stepping in the glass and shit. But apparently
You noticed he had tiny toes?
well, because what I was watching, they like freeze framed it on his toes, like while he's standing in the glass
and they made
talking
fun
about
of
it.
his toes?
No, they didn't. I did. I was like, did he cut his toes off? And I was like, no. Apparently, he just has really small feet. That's weird. I totally thought that he cut his toes off or something.
That's weird.
Yeah. Any last things?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Please like, subscribe, comment down below any theories you have for Westworld season 3, and we'll see you guys next week for another theory time.
I had a weird feeling that there were going to be two Doloreses.